edit the front, and I already started, so you're gonna have to edit it. So that's fine.
You can do that.
I said it. Nobody was listening to me.
You get that? I was listening.
Nick was listening. Yes. Oh, the high school kids even have blankets. They didn't work for the other programs. So.
Good morning, everyone. We are ready to get started. If everybody could stand up at this time for the national anthem. Boys and girls, remember?
Put those down. Hand on your heart. Sorry, what's your
Our program today, and we are going to start. You have sat very patiently with your party poppers. So at this time, grade level representatives, please move in front of your class and get ready to tell them what to do. So 6th grade, 5th grade, please get in front of your classes at this time. 4th grade, come on down and move in front of yours. 3rd, next is right here, so it'll be by 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. All right, so you are going to listen to the directions. So hopefully what we're going to do is create a wave where your grade level is going to stand up. Your representative is going to say, please stand up. Please pull your party poppers. So at this time, we will start with 6th grade. We're going to do this very quickly like a wave. Here we go. Joe?
Watch Nadia. Stay down and watch. This is Marty and Nadia. Go. Watch.
5th grade, stand up. Listen to Jenna. All right, 4th, 6th, and 5th, sitting down. Stand up. Pull your party popper strings. We are very excited to have so many people here this morning. We have a lot of guests,
Sit down, guys.
and we are excited today. So good morning, everyone, and what an exciting day for the School District of Belleville and the Belleville community. A great education requires a strong, challenging curriculum, dedicated staff and students motivated to learn, adequate facilities and resources, and parents in a community that support and value education. That is why we are here today. All of us have high hopes for our school, its students, and its graduates. We hope that this school will represent the values that the Belleville community places on education. Today is the symbolic beginning of the renovations and the new additions that are going to combine the ES and the IS into one amazing school. We are so excited and grateful to the Belleville community for this wonderful opportunity. At this time, I would like to introduce our superintendent, Miss Pam Yoder. Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, boys and girls. I am so happy to be here today. This is so exciting. You are going to see amazing things, boys and girls, in the next year. And I want to take a minute to thank all of our parents and all of the members of the community for voting to support our school district so that we can do all these wonderful things in renovation to this building and also to add on classrooms to this building. So let's give our community a great big round of applause. And for our special guests that are here today, parents and any of the community members that were on the facilities planning team, this was a process that went over several years to determine the needs of our school district for facilities. And not only just the safety and security of the buildings, but also learning environments. So a special thank you to any of the community members that are here that were part of that long process, many hours. So thank you very much. This is a really exciting day, and I know it's cold, but we are together beginning history. There has not been any building facilities in this district for 22 years. So everyone in this audience today is part of history. Boys and girls, as you go through the Belleville School District, you can say you were here today to do the official groundbreaking. So I would like to take a moment to introduce someone very special. We have a Board of Education that oversees the school district, and I'd like to introduce Angie Edge, our board president.
It's such an exciting day for Belleville. I think we all have goosebumps because it's exciting, but it's a little cold out as well. So I have the opportunity of working with a great board here in Belleville. I'm privileged to work with an amazing group of people, and I'd like to take some time to introduce your Belleville Board of Education. We have Jill Remy, Julie Porto, Mike Trader, Kevin Spiegel, Marion Vinny, and Ryan Kubley. Thank you to them. The board is committed to providing all students with quality, personalized learning that prepares all of you to meet current and future challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. This exciting groundbreaking today is one of the projects that's going to help us reach our mission of having better resources, flexible learning spaces, new classrooms here at the intermediate school, and lots more opportunities for everyone. Thank you to everyone for coming today. We know that it truly takes a village to raise a child, and we see lots of community members here. We'd like to thank the entire village of Belleville, business members, parents, grandparents, and even if you're just a Wildcat fan here to support us, thank you very much. There's lots of thank yous that we have. We'd like to first thank our building committee. They met tirelessly for at least 2 years, if not 3. So if there's any building committee members here, if you could stand up and we'll give them a round of applause. Thank you to our building committee. Several over here. And on behalf of the board, we sincerely thank the entire staff of the School District of Belleville. We thank our superintendent, Mrs. Yoder, for her leadership, the entire administration team, our teachers, our support staff, and everyone that helped make this possible. We thank our Findor partners and our Bray Architect partners. We have a quality team here at Belleville, and we're saving the best for last. We thank our students, because it's all about the students here at Belleville. You are the heart of our community and of our schools, and you're the reason that we're all here today. So we're going to give a round of applause to all the students here. We're excited that the best is yet to come for Belleville, and it's a great day to be a Wildcat. Thank you.
We have some special people that I'd like you to meet today, because we can't build buildings and renovate buildings without partners. And I would like to introduce Mike Dillis from Findor. And this big machine came from their construction company. And the drone.
Well, good morning. How many people were excited to see the drone? All right. Well, one of the cool things that I get to talk about, and one of the great things I get to do, is to build buildings. But I can't do that unless people like the people from Belleville, the school district, the school board members, and the superintendent choose us to be on their team. So we're pretty lucky that they chose us to be on their team. It gives us a chance to do something that we really like to do. How many kids have Legos at home? Wow. So you must like to build things, right? Well, we as grown-ups don't play with Legos, but we get to play with big machines. We get to stack up big bricks and build new schools. And for us, that's pretty exciting, because we know that you're here to get a good education. While we aren't teachers, we're able to give you a really nice building, really modern facilities, so that when you come back to school in the future, you have that opportunity to learn in some really neat, very well-lit and exciting places. So we're very proud of the fact that we're a part of the team, and we look forward to starting this machine up here in a little bit, not today, a little bit over the summer, and then when you come back in the fall time, you'll see some really exciting changes going on. So if you ever want to be part of construction, study hard, do your homework, listen to your parents, eat your vegetables, right? And you might end up someday up here being part of a building project. Thank you.
Findor builds buildings, but somebody has to design them. And so today we have Bray Architects, and I would like to introduce Matt Wolfert.
Good morning, thank you. How many of you like to draw? All right. How many of you like to play in the sand? Pretty good. How many of you like math? Oh, that's pretty good too. How many of you like party poppers? So, you are all going to grow up to be architects, because that's all we do every day, is play in the sand and play with party poppers. So, thank you for letting us be part of the team. This is a really exciting time for you. You guys are going to get to go to school in a brand new classroom, have a brand new cafeteria to eat your vegetables like Mike asked you to do. So thank you. I'll be quick since it's going to rain. Thank you for this opportunity. We're excited to be part of the team. Thank you to the community and to the school board. We're excited for you. Enjoy the day, and as kids, watch this construction project happen. It's really exciting to be part of something like this, and hopefully you'll remember it for years to come. So thank you.
Guest speakers today, and our first one is Mrs. Rear coming to speak. So, Miss Marsha.
All right, my name is Marsha Rear, and I am sure many of you know I've been a teacher for the Belleville School District for many years. Next year it'll be my 30th year. That makes me very old, I know. I have been involved with this community since the very first day I became a teacher. My family lives here, my children were born and raised here, and went to these very schools from kindergarten all the way to their graduation day. And someday you'll make it to graduation, I hope. Throughout this time, one thing has always rang true, and that's that this community has always supported its children and teachers. I have witnessed countless times that this community has come together for its children, whether it be to support a family going through a crisis, celebrating accomplishments, attending sporting events, or just to be together enjoying this small, close-knit town. With the referendum passing this past fall, it's just another testament to the community continuing to support their children, both present and future. When the district closes the elementary school and I walk out of room 110 for the very last time, I'm sure it'll be a very emotional and sad time, but I also know that it will be the beginning of a new journey with the district and the students of this community. What a great day to be a Wildcat.
All right, our next speaker, Mrs. Kelsey Schmidt. Hi guys, my name is Kelsey Schmidt. I'm a 4K teacher, high school volleyball coach, and the pool director, all here in Belleville. This is such an exciting day. I've been lucky enough to be part of the district Facilities and Planning Committee, and we've been looking forward to this day since November. I grew up in Belleville and was in school here during the last referendum when the current high school was built. As a student, I got to experience the changes the district went through at that time, and now I'm so excited to be a teacher to be part of the positive changes we're going to encounter now. Not only did I grow up here, but I got my first teaching job here. My husband and I bought a house here, and now my children will get to go to school here. I love this community and try to contribute to it as much as possible. And I'm so proud to see the way this community is showing its commitment to the school district through this referendum. Change is hard. After the referendum passed, I walked into the elementary school, and the familiar smell made me almost sad to know that walking in those doors would one day come to an end. But the change for our students and for this community is going to be so worth it. This commitment from our community shows that we value and understand how important it is to invest in education, and makes me hopeful for growth and new developments in our small town. This referendum and these changes are going to lead to nothing but great things for our students. Thank you to everyone involved for the hard work up to this point. We are all excited for what's to come. All right, our next speaker, Mrs. Chris Myers.
Hi, boys and girls. Good morning. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm a kindergarten teacher. And as I complete my 20th year with the Belleville School District, there's lots of things to reflect on. 20 years ago, I was starting my first year of teaching here as a third grade teacher in the newly renovated intermediate school. It's hard to believe that after 20 years, I will be moving back into a brand new and newly renovated intermediate school. There's been many changes over my last 20 years, but the one thing that has remained consistent is the dedication that our community has had for our schools and its children. And this has continued to be true with the passing of our referendum. I have always been proud to be both a teacher and a resident of Belleville, but never more proud than I am right now, seeing what our community has come together to do for our students and the future of education in our town. My husband went to school here, my children go to school here, one is graduating this year, and my heart is here. Even though walking out of the elementary school for the last time, as the two prior teachers said, is going to be very emotional for all of us, I am so very excited to see what our future will bring.
And then we have one more speaker and then a special story. So our last speaker, Mrs. Hauser.
Can you hear me? I'm Hammerhauser. I've been teaching here for 20 years, and I'm really, really proud of that. I've been thinking a lot about our school district this week, as I've been part of it for 2 decades. I called a special graduate of Belleville High School, class of 1966, which is my dad, and I told him about the changes we would be going through. He sent me a great email about some of his memories here in Belleville and some fun facts. For example, he went to kindergarten in somebody's house, Miss Rasmussen's house, in 1951. There was no kindergarten here at Belleville at that time. Then he went to what he always calls the old brick building, which is the elementary school. At that time, the elementary school was 1st through 6th grade, as I'm sure some of you know, that went there. His 6th grade teacher was Miss Bernice Badler, who taught in Belleville for 43 years. So being curious, I decided to speak to more teachers. I decided to talk to Joe and Leroy Friday. They live right down on Christ Street, I can't say that. Joe taught for 1 year at Paoli Schoolhouse, which is now a restaurant, which some of you probably have been to. And that was in 1968, and then came to town to teach 2nd grade a year later, which happens to be the year I was born. She said the students loved the bus ride to the country. It was exciting, but the parents were a little nervous about the bad weather and things like that. They didn't like it so much. Her husband, Leroy, started teaching at the high school in 1962 and was one of my dad's teachers. He retired 2 years before I was hired, but I heard a lot of stories about him. Joe was so happy to be at the elementary old brick building, especially because of Gary Lacher, who was an amazing teacher and principal. Gary was so proud to be part of that old brick building and said that it was the perfect size for the students. He was my principal also briefly, and I learned a lot from him before he retired. John Becker was another teacher that I reached out to. I actually took his position when he retired at the elementary building and intermediate, or what would be the intermediate. He was K through 12 PE at first and then changed when the country kids were bussed in. Our own Miss Janan, I'm going to tell you the story, she might not like this, was a country kid and was driven in to town and then had to get on a bus back out to the country, except the day that there was no kindergarten because the kindergarten were moving into the other school, and she was left by herself on the street corner crying. So her mom had to come and get her that day. I'm assuming the kindergarten teachers were moving all their things from the country into town. Sorry, Janan. When the old brick building, the ES, was being remodeled, the students in Renee Funseth's class were encouraged to throw rocks at the windows because the building was going to be torn down anyway. What do you guys think about that? Not okay? Not good? I don't know. I don't think I can see that happening today. Also, when the hot lunch program became a real thing, the kids down at the old brick building had to walk up to this building to get their hot lunch, and then they went back. So they had a little walk every day. They also walked across the street to the church. Kids, do you know what church I'm talking about across the street? That's where they had music. So as I drove home last night after talking to all these people, I was thinking about Belleville in 1951 as my dad entered kindergarten, in 1968 as the elementary school was being prepared to house more students, to 1996 when I was hired here as a high school FIA teacher, and in 1997 the new high school was built, and all these teachers moved up to the building up the hill, except one person. That was me. I've been in the same office for 20 years, and I'll continue to be there. So now this building is going to be formed around us again. It goes without saying that my colleagues and I are proud to be part of this school district. Putting down roots as a teacher is the most rewarding thing I've been able to do in my professional career. I want to thank my dad for great memories and pictures, as well as memories from Renee Funseth, John Becker, Joe and Leroy, and Lois Steckelis for being an immense help to me as I try to compile some awesome memories at the last minute, which isn't usually how I operate. So kids, as you continue your journey at this school and beyond, remember these times of change with excitement and fond memories. Thank you.
All right, boys and girls, we have one more speaker and then our book. And that's Mrs. Stacy McKinley, who is one of our 3rd grade teachers.
Hello, boys and girls. My name is Stacey McKinley, and I teach 3rd grade here in Belleville. After teaching in Belleville for 5 years, I moved my family here so my children could go to school in this district. I'm really proud to be a part of a community that values educational growth and school improvements. Without the community, none of this would be possible. Many people have had input on making this improvement to our school. The community, staff, parents, and administrators all came together to form a shared vision of what we want our school to look like and feel like in Belleville. I think having both the ES and the IS together as one is important for staff and students to feel like a community. Safety is always on people's minds. I feel comforted as a parent and teacher knowing that my students and my own children will be in a safer building and their best interest was in mind when developing it. I am proud to be a Belleville community member, parent, and teacher. Thank you to the whole community for making these changes happen. I'm so excited to see what the future holds for the school district of Belleville. It's a great day to be a Wildcat.
Thank you, Stacey. All right, and we have one last special presentation. Mrs. Doyle, one of our 3rd grade teachers, is going to read a book that's very appropriate called Billions of Bricks.
Okay, Mrs. Ogodagu, our district librarian, has chosen a wonderful story to end with for today, Billions of Bricks by Kurt Cyrus. Two, 4, 6, look at all the bricks. Red and rough, hard and tough, 2, 4, 6. Dig the clay, squish it thick. Take a mold and make a brick. Dump it out, let it dry. Stoke the oven way up high. Mix, mix, mix the mortar for the bricks. Make it sloppy, goopy, gloppy. Mix, mix, mix. Bricks and blocks abound, build beneath the ground. Arches, pillars, walls, and cellars, winding all around. 5, 10, 15, 20, stacks of bricks, bricks aplenty. Lay them at your feet, fit them nice and neat. 4 by 4, then more and more. Repeat, repeat, repeat. On it goes in rows and rows, and soon you have a street. 2, 4, 6, another batch of bricks. Big and small, we use them all. 2, 4, 6. Build a solid base, lock them into place. 10, 20, 30, 40, filling every space. Clack, 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 bricks can break your back. Bend your knees when lifting, please. Clack, clack, clack. Stack them to the sky, 100 meters high. 20, 40, 60, 80, straight into the sky. 2, 4, 6, a million, billion bricks. Columns, walls, shopping malls, halls of politics. Grand hotels, wishing wells, railroad yards, boulevards, fountains, pools, public schools. This whole book is full of bricks, and now that it's been written, we couldn't stack another block for all the bricks in Britain. The work is nearly done. The cleanup has begun. Let's count the bricks we didn't use, all together, 1. The end.
Staff and students and parents, thank you so much for coming today. This means a lot to our school district and our community. And students, thank you for sitting so nicely through our whole presentation this morning. A big thank you. Let's give everybody a big round of applause. This was amazing. And again, a big thank you to our school board and our superintendent for everything you've done for us. So thank you. All right, boys and girls, please look towards your teachers for going back into our warm building.